Question is what Chovy's going to play.
He can play whatever he likes.
Yeah.
I think he really wants to play Aurelia. He's been hovering it quite a few times. I remember there was a time where he was like practicing it so much. Of course, it was meta for a little bit, but he does like to go back to the champion. Very similar to Closer, who was the Aurelia one-trick when he joined the LCK. Both of them enthusiastic, but not able to actually play that champ. Just going to be the O-name. Totally Closer vibed, but I think he should still be able to navigate it. A lot of power there. Vi very strong at the moment. Cassante pretty powerful. Bottom lane, I'm a little bit worried about in the early stages. We'll see how it does go. Gen.G looks to try and take down the Titans of Bro.
Okay, rattle them off now.
So there's Nidalee, Bewitching Nidalee skin, right?
Yep.
You've got that Aurora that we just saw. Dura is going to go in, so I'm going to have to hold the thought. Is unfortunately flashing into the stun as Humbug is... Yeah, this is not the most optimal start, you could say. They do also get all of that deep vision like we're seeing. It's just going to be standard lanes as Closer playing pretty aggressively up against Chovy here, who is going to have a little bit more of a rough time in the laning phase. Shouldn't bother him too much though, as Humbug is going to make his way over. This is a bit sneaky. He's not on vision. We do have another engage, but that pulverize onto Ruler. A lot of work now being done. Not able to land the W either. And Bro, as expected, just having the answers here.
Yeah, I mean, doing a fantastic job. And in that situation, Canyon's like, right, well, I've kind of been routed in the jungle. There's not much I can do other than go for a gank. Bro, despite the fact that Hype and Polu had an advantage in the 2v2, they back off completely. There is a concern here, though, for Closer. He's very pushed up, but Chovy's low, so, I mean, it's an Aurora. He should be able to get out.
Should be able to. Does get caught there, as you can see. Down to 50% now as Canyon gonna try and get out. Oh my gosh, he's almost gonna kill both of them, which is kind of ridiculous. Lands the Q there as Closer just needs one more auto. That's gonna be it! First blood goes over, 1v2 for Closer in the mid lane.
Looks like he doesn't want to go out, he wants to go in, and he gets the kill on the Canyon, who's had a disastrous early game so far. The handback, let's get the scuttle.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win this one, but with Chovy turning up, it's looking pretty favored towards Keen. Finds the shock blast as Morgan is going to have to come in and he saves his teammate. Oh, Bro with all the answers, man.
You know, eventually get some armor and the lane becomes a lot more chill.
But the fact that it's this Aurora that is accelerated, has hit level 6, and is going to immediately press the buttons. I don't know whether he necessarily needed to, but the message has been received. Some supportal combat here towards the bottom side of mid lane. And Morgan is teleporting back down to bot side.
It's time to leave now if they need.
Oh, with Closer turning up though, it is looking a little bit dangerous. Deadly Flourish goes wide. As the smite comes down, that is one apiece on these grubs. The last one is going to be given over to Bro by the looks of things. Gen.G not wanting to poke the bear.
There's infinite possibilities when you get to the later stages of the tournament. You can still fight your way through.
Yeah, and just a reminder to everyone, they just need to win one game to at least equalize. Oh, another ulti does come down here from Closer. Hits a whole bunch of buttons and Chovy has to flash.
Does miss the cannon though, sadly, for Closer, but I think he's okay with that. Oh,
whoa, he's flashing in! Can he get the pullback? It's not going to happen. So he doesn't quite have the damage there. He's investing a lot. Does get Chovy's flash from earlier, but wants to throw his out as well. Playing out the early stage quite nicely in this game. And a Kai'Sa, if you can get going, especially because this is going to be the more AP variant, I'm pretty sure, does make us feel a little bit better about how this game is going to go on. Because we have seen a bit of the physical Kai'Sa, and it just feels like it falls flat on its face.
Yeah, definitely get the triple evolve, has a lot of value. Although that comp is quite AP heavy if it is the more AP Kai'Sa, so...
Some vision coming in here as Polu does take a bit of damage from Keen. Going to be one of those grubs locked down. It looks like it is going to be a feat of strength though going over to Gen.G and a grub advantage.
He's very generous, you know. He doesn't want to make Chovy feel too bad about it. Chovy's the farming guy, you know. He needs to let him catch up a little bit.
Oh, Polu's coming up here, looking to try and cause a ruckus. Might be that they can get some decent damage onto this turret, though, as we can see. Duro is over here, and Canyon's in the vicinity, but that is a lot of damage as the Zenith Blade doesn't quite work out here for Duro. The ulti comes through once again as Chovy is likely to die because Humbug is there waiting for him back at his soul, and now Duro, he's just by himself. Ruler is going to move up. Deadly Flourish gave away his position, and they are just going to exit. 2 kills now for Bro. Very dangerous onto Hype, but he's able to move himself out of the way without having to invest the cleanse. Chovy and Morgan with the same idea as Morgan Going to mitigate some of the CC, but the Solar Flare still going to connect. Vault Breaker comes through. They look for Chovy on the back end. He tries to ult his way out, but Morgan says no. Duro is likely to fall as well, but Canyon's already taken down Polo, but he falls for it, and Closer is also there. Flashes over the wall to pick up another, and just slips between the veils. Can he keep himself safe? That's the question. Is Hype not going to be taken down, but it's great aim from Ruler.
The
right things in the last fight. As, the Hex Splash opportunity to come through. Is the Unbound Soul not going to be enough there as the ulti?
Oh, nice.
Oh, they interrupt the Blast Cone, and Chovy is delivered on a silver platter. Duro going in as well. Does have the Eclipse to try and keep himself safe. Now Morgan is spotted on that control ward. Humbug burning down, and Ruler's able to take down the cow. Swifties to be super duper mega fast. This guy's going to be booking it around the map. Chovy looking to just grab Soul Point for free here by himself.
It's so difficult because Bro don't want to give up pressure around not only Baron, but Atakan as well.
That time at about 7.5 minutes where we were talking about Bro having a gold lead.
That was such a good time.
It was such a good time.
Bring me back.
Yeah, that time is passing. And, well, it's passed. But it seems to be getting worse as well. This control ward does spot out Gen.G as Bro pulled the trigger. See whether it's actually going to be the right choice, though, as a teleport does come in from Morgan. Right on top of the rest of his teammates, making sure that he's going to be here to assist. As Polo, there's the Unbreakable Will. They've already committed to that button as Stranglethorns come in. They do manage to secure this Atakan, and now Duro is likely just dead. Chovy is looking to come in, but doesn't quite work out there. That shock blast, a lot of value, but no follow-up. And Bro are just going to say, all right, may as well take the Baron as well.
Can be a little bit risky as the health bars get low. Yes, it doesn't matter if they die, but if they give up the Baron, that definitely does.
Oh yeah, there's the pulverizers. This ulti right into the backline is gigantic from Humbug. They take down Ruler. They learnt from their previous mistakes. And now Morgan dives in. The Baron gonna help him out there as Gen.G. They've just fumbled the ball.
Beautiful play from Bro there, though. No intent to finish the Baron initially. They wanted to fight with the Atakan buffs.
This would be so Bro if they lose Baron to a shock blast from Keen, but it's not going to happen. Do so. But remember, of course, you know, it's a quick trip home as Canyon just gets one shot. Where'd he go? One shot by Closer. What the heck was that? Damage was absolutely obscene. This guy sitting on 3 items. Shadow Flame, I believe, was just completed. And yeah, Gen.G learnt about it. Inhib turret going to go down. Inhibitor sure to follow. And remember, they still have the Voracious buff. This is still basically risk-free as they utilize their Baron to continue pushing. Oh, man! Voidseek is not finding, but I guess their role is to seek, so you don't necessarily have to find. Is now Morgan going to be able to dash his way out. Good wave clear here for Gen.G, though.
Yeah, Hype just ate a shock blast. I mean, this build with the Jace, you're kind of more illusory. Your shock blast don't do that much damage.
Humbug is just dead. Okay, there's a 2-man pulverize from Polo, but no follow-up for that one as well because Closer was nowhere in the vicinity. They're looking now for Chovy, who ults his way forward. They get on top of Polo, who gets another pulverize. I just don't know whether it's going to be enough, although the Acathian Rain is making things happen. Hype gets into the backline. He's flashing after Ruler, and he'll find the Void Seeker of Death. My God, that did so much damage, but they're unable to take down the Jin. Oh no, we've all been there. I haven't.
You don't pick Jin.
What's a gun? Well, Morgan, he's going to get snared, but not too worried about it as, oh God, here comes Closer with his bazooka. The Stranglethorn's not really getting enough down as the ultimate now employed by Ruler. It hasn't actually landed any kills just yet. Bro's health bars are starting to fall low, though. It's now Closer in trouble. And another pulverize here from Polo, which is his death throws in the end. So Humbug and Polo both falling down, and Bro not quite finding the Baron fight that they were looking for there.
Yeah, now opportunity for Gen.G to move over to. They have an obscene amount of DPS on Baron right now, with Chovy and Canyon and Ruler as well to secure. So if Bro want to stop this, they have to move in a fight. Yeah. Morgan half HP, Closer not there. 2v5 right now. Yeah,
Keen at full health is so scary as well. Deadly Flourish is going to stop him in his tracks. So back to the Baron they go, and Gen.G will be able to secure that objective. 1.5 minutes. It's a lot to do with who manages to get the fight they're looking for. And I'm really glad that you mentioned Canyon, because I feel like so much comes down to how much value this Zyra damage can actually bring them. Because he has been sort of finished off relatively early, hasn't found a lot of value with these Stranglethorns in some of these other fights. That last one really showed what you can do if you do manage to get it working well. But Bro just take control of the Dragon. And they will be able to take that one down. They traded for an inner.
Powered by like the tears of the Iron players.
The tears of learning League of Legends.
Oh god.
A little bit too late. It's all right. Gen.G now moving over. Well, maybe not. Like maybe you've just been there the whole time, you know,
having a vibing, having a good time.
It's not about winning, and that's what the bros teach us every single day. So that's what we need to be talking about here. Is nice little cue to come through here as the ulti is invested by Closer. Canyon going to be Zon using very early, like you're saying. Gen.G prioritizing the Baron side of the fight, as we can see.
I think this...
Oh, Deadly Flourish comes in. The ulti going to get that cleanse out from Hype.
Cleanse and flash, that's big to secure.
I mean, Chovy almost just died as he dives in! I don't know about that one, Hype. Oh dear, he's going to go into his Zonyas. The rest of Pro trying to turn up. Chovy almost dead, but he's not. That's the main thing. Oh no, we were talking about that challenger energy and it wasn't what we wanted to see. Morgan deciding not to flash to get himself out of that one. And oh dear, that could have been the whole game thrown into the tin can.
A critical error there. And the thing is, because it happens before the Baron spawns, Gen.G have time now to get the Baron and move straight over to Dragon and get both Soul and Baron. They were so close. They've had such good control this game, and bro, the last minute might have just fumbled.
No matter how this game was going, they would always be the underdogs. We probably should have communicated that, at least to Hype. But yeah, this inner turret not long for the world.
I hate to blame. I don't want to put it on anyone, but there's going to be someone in the chat who hasn't paid their bro tax and is just realizing now.
Yeah.
This might be on you.
Yeah, and you might be busy blaming Hype, but that's not how that one goes as they engage. They do find the Jhin in that backline, but can they get more? That is the question. Duro taking a lot of damage, trying to taxi his way out, but the only way he's getting out is in a body bag. Double kill for Closer. And yeah, they're back to the underdogs, and they're back to winning. The faster side.
I feel like
we're wrong.
We're strapped into a roller coaster, and it is going fast.
It's going fast, but the track is long. Let's just say that.
It is a long journey, and we are still going.
Certainly undulating. Now, bro, they can move up towards the top side if they want to. There's an open inhibitor, but they don't have a wave, and I never pretend to be. As Grasping Root's going to land once again, but Headbutt Pulverize is going to be in response. Stranglethorn's not getting a whole lot of value, and my god, if Hype ever lands these, and they're just dead, as Canyon does have to go golden. Into the backline goes Closer, and he keeps himself alive between the veils, and he's going to be able to get out. And bro, they just take 2 from the top side of the map.
Here, people are low in health, but it looks like they're going to TP in Closer. Sorry, Closer's already TP'd in.
Yeah, Morgan. He's got 6 items. He can just walk at this Jhin. Look at him. He's like, I'm going to block it for you guys. My health bar does not go down. But Rulers does, as we can see. Killer Instinct into the backline once again. But this time for Hype, it's going to work. The ulti from Chovy doesn't work at all, and he times it well that time. Hype's gonna go golden, and the bros, in the one game out of the 3 that they've played so far that we thought that they would not get a look in, this is the Casper Cup champions doing it again against Gen.G. Especially the way Closer played, as you can see there.
Yep.
Him and Hype really just doing the damage when they needed to, even though Hype went completely insane mode.
It's just
and
challenges.
Died. It doesn't matter.
Baby. He has to do it. There's got to get the int out so you can finish up the game. Canyon doing absurd damage, by the way, in this one, despite the fact.
As that's an Urgot, an old Keen special. That'd be fun.
Yeah, interesting. One thing I really don't like about the Lulu is I feel like Galio works so fantastically as like follow-up engage.
True.
But you need someone to lead the charge, and you know, as much as Xin Zhao can go in, he even has an ability called Audacious Charge.
He does.
You can't hold people in place until you have your knock-up ready, and it's sometimes difficult to stack that up immediately.
Whoa.
Lee Sin coming in for handback quickly, so a lot of confidence in that pick. Definitely feels like Gen.G have quite a sort of defensive counter dive sort of comp. Like if you come into them, they have a lot of tools to play around with. They have a lot of DPS.
And it's going to be a decent answer into the Jax, is what I kind of feel like. But there is a lot that Bro can work with here as well. Pretty even footing as far as the draft. Gen.G probably more locked in here in Game 2.
We did often see way back in the day things like Lulu mid, Xin Zhao jungle. So like Lulu does sync up well with Xin Zhao. Yeah. But I still think having an on-hit Varus is so much better than having a poke Varus.
Wave to look for a kill onto Morgan.
Now,
and he is Jax, but He's also Jax. Like, it's gonna be tough. They're waiting for him to press his buttons, but they may not even need to. His Counter-Strike does finally come up. The turret's getting frustrating as another dive here towards the top side. Paulo tanks as much as he possibly can. And yes, there's the death of Morgan towards the bottom side as the Sonic Wave. Oh God, calculated this time from Hype. Humbug now moving over towards the Dragon.
Great angle.
Yeah. Keen's just teleported in as well, as they're expecting him near these grubs, but Humbug's going to come down towards his bottom side. Good disdain to get Keen out of there, but the safeguard forward, Tempest and Cripple, and the Q is going to miss, but I have a feeling Keen is still dead. There it is, Leap Strike and the Empower, and that is the kill.
Yeah, plate there, manages a nice farm now. Oh, Canyon.
Oh, I think he was spotted, yeah. Just barely though, it was almost genius. He's still just going to pick it up. And maybe Humbug can actually rotate around, but as you can see here, they are pinging it.
Yeah, there's no one here to back up Handback, which is the concern, because Chovy can move in. And this is important that Chovy is here, because Handback, Lee Sin can easily steal away a neutral objective with the X.
That's 2 objectives immediately, though, here for Gen.G.
That's pretty massive.
So yeah.
They actually does get a boost from that, too. Oh.
Speaking of which, we're going to be able to check it out here as the Crashdown is going to connect onto Chovy. The flash forward, it picks up Canyon, but he's immediately able to press that ultimate. Piercing arrow coming in, doesn't really get too much there as Chovy maybe didn't want a Justice Punch in that direction. Morgan got over here. No one's dead yet. I think Humbug's going to let him have all of them. But any that Gen.G can pick up means like Void Mites and all that sort of stuff, which can be a little bit of trouble. Bro going to move in. All right, Arrow is going to find Ruler in the back line. Completely insane here as Morgan now diving forward. Finds the Counter-Strike. The kick is gorgeous onto Ruler as well, and he'll even find the Q. Chovy manages to take down the Pigeon on the back end of the fight, but they don't care about that. Bro are looking to grab 3 grubs for themselves.
Those 2 ultimates they still had, they got massive value from, able to
How did Hype hit that? That was sick.
Having the Jax into
Oh, Ruler gonna walk into
man.
it. He didn't see it, has to cleanse. Get himself out of that one.
They're just heat-seeking.
They are. Like, Hype just knows, because the bros are really doing something here. They've figured out Gen.G. And Edgar, of course, did help, you know, who was then Samsung Galaxy, but pick up a world title. So the bros now utilizing that wealth of experience.
Get their own world title.
Exactly. One step at a time. They got the Kesper Cup title. See what else they can get as the Rift Herald is going to reset. Gen.G all in position now, just brute force Bro over this one. There is a Mega Cone, so Humbug could get here pretty quickly. Does find a Q over. Let's see whether he goes in for the steal. This is almost an opportunity, but he has to start this one off. So it looks like we're not going to see a soul point from Gen.G unless Canyon makes his way in. Try and steal this one away. Right now, Chovy moving down towards this fight as well. That heroic entrance is going to be an opportunity as Polu taking a lot of poke damage. The Rift Herald being thrown down in the middle of this one as well, just to create chaos. Great kick out. But now, can they actually win the fight? That's the question. As Polu, the Flash Magnus Storm, but just gets thrown out of there. Beautiful mitigation and peel. We mentioned that Gen.G has this in their composition. They'll now be able to move Shelly towards the mid lane and grab that outer turret. And they're going to be able to grab a second charge as well. Some extra value and possibly, yeah, even this inner turret at the same time. So yeah, grats on your Chemtech, Drake.
You look at Aegot and on the scoreboard, and it's like he has an 8 gold bounty.
Yeah. No, these mini bounties are actually hilarious. Like the 18 gold, like 20 gold. Whoa.
8 gold, like what?
We saw yesterday, like someone had a 2 gold bounty and then died, and it's very, very strange. Arrow has to be used defensively here from Hype and also takes so much damage. You going to miss. And Otacon, I think, still taking damage here as we can see. Yeah, we're going to take the northern entrance. Let's see what they can actually find here as they've broken the shield on Ruler. That is definitely valuable. Hail of Arrows coming down though. Otacon getting lower and lower. Can Humbug make something happen? That's the question as Chovy looking to get in position so that he can press that ult button and not get interrupted. Okay, Keen, are you just going to disdain forward? He is. Let's see how much damage he can actually take here as Polu just gets obliterated. Humbug gets into the back line, but I don't know about that one. Lands another Q, gets the flash kick to take down the Urgot, and now it's Closer's turn to do that damage. He rips through them as Ruler now in the back of this Baron pit, and look at Morgan. Yeah, he might have been adorable there when he was polymorph, but now he's flashing on your face and taking you down. The hail of arrows might create a bit of space here, and without flash, not going to be able to catch up to Ruler. Morgan on the bottom side of the map, destroying inner turrets. They spot the fact that Keen is down there to answer him as Chovy now moves in. Arrow going to connect onto the Galio here as Hype just standing forward. And the Q is going to connect from Humbug as he moves on in. I don't know about this one, Gen.G. It's a little bit scary, but they have Keen moving up a little bit earlier. Teleport's available for both of them. And they've taken over the Otacon. The ebb and flow of this fight, though, you can see now Morgan moving in, spots the teleport, might see that this is the time. Magnustorm this time finally working up with the polymorph. Is gorgeous. Onto Morgan into the backline. He's stunned forever, but he still has access to that counter-strike, and he's still going to be feared beyond death. Closing it, and then 4 people with the ultimate, and now Hype. Can you do it? Can you be the savior? Can you be the hero? The flash is so good!
But they've been a lot of tools here. And Closer, he does get stopped initially by a short taunt, but that shuffle!
God, yeah,
and
it wasn't quite onto 5, but...
Guys, Lee Sin is not the pick you expect to be getting in the mixer and team fighting like a beast at this point of the game, but Handback is just on point.
지렸고.
He is so good, and then Hype is the benefactor. And you've got Ruler just clearing waves in the mid lane as Hype. Yeah, I don't know whether you're really going to find too much value there. As
locked in on the top side of the map, and it's like this dragon is just invisible.
But the real problem here for Bro is losing these turrets. Is never mind, Hype is just going to find Canyon. He's just dead. Okay, now a big teleport to come forward. The Emperor's Divide comes down. He's thrown into the blender quite literally. But now Humbug looking for Keen, looking for the opportunity. And Chovy, he's gone golden, but Hype is still at full health. Can he get the DPS? That's the question as Morgan. He dives in. He's got the counter-strike again, and Humbug is a monster on this Lee Sin. Chovy almost kills all of them. But in the end, it's an ace for the Bros. The Valley on camera as well. That's fantastic.
They're like, what? This is mad. This is a team that beat us. And now, I mean, full AP Galio that we used to have back in the day, I think Chovy would have just dominated that fight, but he survived a long time. He nearly did, but just the damage wasn't quite there. We do see Gen.G pick up the Chemtech Dragon, but the Baron went over to Bro.
I think Gen.G is just going to say, all right, you can have this silly Otacon thing, because it just hasn't been a very good time for us going up to
coming in. I think they want to be there.
Never mind.
There.
There's too much DPS. There's so much DPS here. 3 items on Closer, one of them being a death cap, as now Polo's trying to move them out of the way. The first arrow to miss, but Otacon goes down, so who cares if the Bros are going to die? As Closer just throws Chovy over the wall. He tries the heroic entrance and is going to successfully do so, but he's still not in a great position because look at Hype. He's able to free hit another kick to death here from Humbug. As the Bros are just taking no prisoners, man. They're all still alive. The best part about this, right, is it's not that Gen.G are playing really badly and throwing and all this stuff. Bro are just playing insanely well.
Gen.G, honestly, I mean, it's Bro with some of the best lead we've seen so far in the LCK Cup. And now looking at ending the game.
Yeah, Keen is probably just dead. Wild Growth is kind of fantastic as Canyon gets into that backline, but he is going to be destroyed. No one can touch Hype right now as he is actually going to be sent back home. But there it is. Bro pick up its unprecedented 2-0. They are over the moon. Ruler does a lot of damage, but Hype as well keeping up on a DPS Ashe. Like when Closer was doing as much as he was. Oh man, I mean, these damage graphs are actually very, very similar. And you saw, like, this was turning into the classic Gen.G goal graph. Around that 20-minute mark, I think we were looking forward to Game 3. And then the Bros just went back-to-back fights, and it was all over from there.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Closer on the side of OK Savings Bank, Brion. And let's take a look at the OK Savings Bank flag, and thank you. You got the first win you desperately fought for against Gen.G. How do you feel? You know, given how powerful our opponent was, we really just came here telling ourselves, let's just do well, but I'm just so happy that we were able to win. And yeah, you put up such an amazing performance today. Gen.G is a relatively hefty team, so how are you able to pull a flawless 2-0? I think we had a really good practice session
넘어온 것 같은데 하고
the night before.
생각했는데 다들 잘해준 것 같습니다.
And I think we just came in with a good momentum, so I think everyone was able to play really well today. And we noticed how different OK Savings Bank Brion's team fighting is now, and based on head coach Edgar's comment, you guys just love to fight way too much, and you guys need to make some adjustments. So what was that adjustment process like?
Gen.G이기도 해가지고 감독님이 오늘은 그냥 죽을 때 죽더라도 그냥
improvement is something
시원하게
that we
갖다
always
박아라라고
work on, and I think
그래가지고
our
잘 자신감 먹고 감독님
Our head coach actually told us that, you know, even if you die, just go in hard and fight hard and just take them down with you. And I think that's what really helped.
K-스파컵 우승하셨잖아요. 디펜딩 챔피언으로서 어떤 마음가짐이나 기세에도 좀 변화가
As
있었을
the
것
defending
같습니다.
champion
사실
of
캐스파컵
Caspa
우승하고
Cup,
다들
were there
많이
any
기대해
changes
주셨는데
in the
초반
mindset
2연패
of the team?
해가지고 좀 너무 아쉬웠는데 그래도 이렇게
You know,
다시
yeah, we
경기를
came in
이기게
with
돼서
a really
좋은 것
good
같습니다.
momentum and high spirits,
그룹
but we started out
바론과의
with
대결에서
2 losses.
사실은
But
그룹
I don't
바론이
think we
좀
actually
터지고
caved to that,
오늘
and I think
정말
that's what
소중한
really helped us
승리를
today.
가져오셨잖아요.
And after
같은 바론
defeating
그룹
Gen.G,
팀들에게
you
힘을
have
내봐
added
말씀해주시죠.
1 win to Group
져서
Baron.
되게
So any
바론
message
그룹
to Group
팀분들한테
Baron?
죄송했는데 지금부터라도 다 같이
You know, we
역전했으면
felt really
좋겠습니다.
bad and sorry for
그리고
Group Baron,
마지막으로
but I hope
누구보다
that this
기뻐하고 계시는
can become a
팬분들에게
turning
한 말씀
point for
부탁드립니다.
all of us. And any message over to the Bro Leavers out
하셨을
there?
텐데 원하셔서 너무 감사하고
You know, I'm sure that you guys have been
감사합니다.
worried and concerned,
네,
but
감사합니다.
I'm just
지금까지
thankful. Thank you
클로저
so much for
선수였습니다.
always
승리
supporting us.
축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
And that's the end of the interview with Closer, and back to the